Okay, I'm the 12-step trader. I'm not the 12-step trader. I'm just a day trader trying to trade the Euro USD Forex day trader who happens to love the 12 steps and Alcoholics Anonymous. Still sober and I'm still trading. So I found some buttons on my camera and YouTube and Chat GPT to try to reduce the video quality, make these things a little bit easier to upload. My preview video this morning, it just got done uploading, so work in progress. Let's go to a meeting. It's Sunday night. I don't normally go to this meeting. I used to all the time, but I don't know. I was trying to stay home, go to bed early. Let's check in. It's 7 o'clock on Sunday night, June 29th. I'm still on day 3 of not moving my stop loss. That is the only goal and responsibility I have right now. Any other progress, anything else I do is gravy on top, and that's cool. I think that'll happen. I think focusing on this one thing, I might improve quicker than just one little suggestion at a time. I came to a conclusion. If I don't place a trade, do I count that as one of my days? I mean, if you don't have a stop loss, did you not move it? I think that's a little cheating. So I'm not going to consider that. Only trading days is going to count towards my 14-day. And so, I mean, this is day 3, but I don't have any open positions. So there's my check-in. It's 7 o'clock at night. Market's been open for like 3 hours, and I haven't placed a trade. My gut, my conscience, as I was going through some of this stuff, I started to journal. After that preview session this morning, I went right into planning a trade. I guess that's preparation, isn't it? That's not really a morning session, but whatever. I didn't feel good about my strategy. It's not clear, cut, concise. So there's a link up on there. There's a link up in the description or the bio. Google Docs. It'd be awesome if somebody would comment, somebody would check that out and see if it works, see if you can pull it up, see my strategy, tell me how great, wonderful, and smart I am. At least give me some feedback that I know the world out there can see that document. It looks like on Google, I pull it up and I can make changes. Google Docs I'm not a big fan. There's no save button. I can't see the stupid mouse cursor. But I jotted some things down. Chat GPT gave me some direction and outline. I had to make some decisions. Am I being honest? And then I watched a Facebook reel, and the guy said, 2 time frames is all you need. You need one higher time frame, one lower time frame. So, I've been consistently going back to this one basic strategy, and I'm gonna stay on that. I think I got a better opportunity if I, keep phasing, keep gravitating towards this one strategy and quit moving around. I think I got a bigger problem on everything I do or don't do outside of my strategy than my strategy alone. I don't think it's my strategy. Doesn't matter. I'm not following it. So I'm going to try to make it clear, short, sweet, to the point strategy, something that I might be able to follow. So I picked 2 time frames. The 3-hour is my higher time frame, the 23-minute as my lower time frame. I'm expecting like 2 to 5 setups a week, and go from there. I'll probably still flip around to different different charts and draw me some key levels. I think it's nice to know, you know, if you're in a breakout, if you're in a run or something, and you're getting ready to slam into support or resistance, either trail that stop down, or close the trade, because there's a good chance, a high probability, that price is going to react off of those higher time frame levels. So still checking in. I'm not in a trade. We're 5 minutes into this video. The market gapped up just a little bit. Looked like it pushed up to 117.3. Asian session, and it'll probably consolidate range between 117, 117.2, 117.3. And then we got a previous higher high with a good sized wick sitting right around 117.5. And I think heavy resistance between 117.5 and 118. And prior consolidation is somewhere around 116.8 to 117.2. So 116.5, 116.8 for me is a good target to short, because I'm still wanting to short the euro and long the dollar, because I'm an idiot. There's clearly a trend line that's running up. It's going to be like a 3-point trend line. So I'm looking at the 3-hour MACD. It's showing some decreasing momentum. That divergence I was talking about was on the 23-minute chart. I don't know how. I mean, you could probably still trust it. I could probably still trust that. It's maybe another confluence that we're losing steam. You know, the bulls are getting exhausted, and this thing may trade lower. So I'm going to pick my direction off the 3-hour chart based on the MACD compared to the signal line. The histogram's getting smaller. The MACD's sitting right on top of the signal line, so I really need a few more bars to see if this thing crosses. I need the London sessions, what I need. That'd give me like four or 5 bars when I wake up in the morning, maybe just a couple. And see if that momentum is continuing down, or if people just buy the dip and this thing rips up and blows through 118. So I'm going to try to follow this strategy. I'm going to use the 3-hour to give me a momentum bias, directional bias. Drop down to the 23-minute chart. I'm going to check for the same momentum direction on the MACD and the signal line, with a histogram slope confirmation. And I'd like to see volume increasing, which can be tricky. So, you know, as you move up and get out of kind of the 5-minute, 15-minute chart, and you head into a new trading session like London or New York, you know, the momentum, the volume's going to increase as more market participants are in there. So it can be skewed a little bit. You could think volume's increasing because you know, everybody's joining the bandwagon, but it could just be just normal. The market just opened, everybody's trading. So I'll keep an eye on that. That's not the focus, that's not the goal. The focus and the goal is don't move your stop loss. And so kind of a secondary thought off of this stop loss is, do I just enter a trade and place stop loss anywhere, or, you know, where's my entry level at? You know, somebody said, you know, you don't enter a trade in no man's land. So I already picked out no man's land. That's 117 to 130. That's no man's land right now. So there's a really good chance, I think, that price is going to tap into that 117.5 again. Maybe create a double top and test this, retest 117.5. slap into that big, heavy supply zone, order block zone. I don't know what those are. Not technically. So if that's where, if this momentum lines up and price gets up to that area, I've been thinking, I set a trend line. No. I set a horizontal price line alert for around 117.5. I think I should start using alerts more. Patiently wait, go on about my life, see what the chart looks like when it comes into this zone that I'm talking about. It's just, my fear is that it's going to come into the zone when I'm not available to look at it, and then in 15, 20 minutes there goes 30, 40, 50 pips, and I missed out. FOMO. So, it's 7 o'clock, I'm not in a trade, I'm getting ready to go to a meeting. I did put salt in the water softener, I changed the air filter, I went down to the family function, got that over with. I'm gonna go get lunch meat from Walmart for my lunch, start packing my lunch, paying a little bit more attention to these basic, simple, daily life routines, give myself a chance. If I can take care of some of this other life stuff, maybe my mind and my spirit, will be a little more calm, a little less messy, cluttered, a little bit more clarity. And if I had to ask myself, are you following your strategy? Have you given your strategy an honest chance? No, I can't answer that. True. So we're gonna try that. I don't know. It's a 1 week. 1 week. Can I go 1 week and see if I can just trade this? Look for direction on a 3-hour, look for confirmation on the 23-minute, and see how many opportunities happen this week. There's some macro stuff going on. We're at a key level. It's the end of the month. None of that stuff should matter. You just apply your strategy across the board. You'll start to identify market conditions that are not conducive to your strategy, and you cross those off. You create a time filter, and you just sidestep those times and go from there. This YouTube thing's pretty cool. It's taken some of this obsession and focus off trading. Let's just put it on my YouTube channel. I sat there and was like, well, how many views? I had this one short, it had like 70 views, and then I went back and looked at it again. It had like 67 views, and I'm like, how the hell you go down in views? Somebody unviewed it. So, struggles and victories. Let's move on. Struggles, aside from computer issues, the video upload took forever. The dog was bugging me in the garage. He's got to always stand by my legs. He's got to walk over and just get up next to my feet. I'm like, get out of the way. So the computer was a little struggle. Victory was I got that document on Google Drive for my strategy, just to be open and accountable and let everybody know this is my strategy. Am I following it or not? I made some revisions to the strategy, tried to make it a little bit more simple and clear. I would appreciate any feedback whatsoever. That would be awesome. And victories. I got the salt in the water softener, changed the air filter, and I'm going to go to this meeting. I'm not going to worry too much about what time I get to bed tonight. If I'm going to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to trade the European session, I just can't do it all. I can't. You can't do it all. And I think there's something to be said about if you take care of yourself and you take care of your daily life and you have a little bit of balance, I think it will reflect in my trading performance. I believe that. I subscribe to that. So I'll shift that priority over, just following this one basic suggestion. Don't move your stop loss. does need to be a calculated stop loss in an appropriate position. It just can't be a whimsical, 2%. Roll the dice kind of stop loss. I feel a little bit more comfortable patiently waiting. It gapped up. I love trading gaps because I'm a gambler and an idiot. And it gapped up, and most gaps fill, but I didn't do it. And it didn't gap up that much. So those are the struggles and the victories. I don't know about the topic. I'm going to let that go for now. I think it's been a pretty good day. I think I got a goal. I think I got a plan. I feel settled with my emotions. I did some things around the house, cut the grass yesterday. I feel okay. My account is really small right now. I'm down to calculating, the minimum position size. What's the minimum position size? But I'm calculating it. So, what's 2% on my account? And the minimum position size, how many pips can I afford? Where do I got to be? There's no sense in just putting a stop loss out there when you're in no man's land, when you're in between zones. Price could easily, through a couple trading sessions, go 30, 40, 50, 60 pips. It's not logical. There's too much noise down there. So somehow I gotta increase, get a higher quality setup, reduce the position size, get a comfortable distance on that 2% stop, and probably what it's going to be close to being down there at that minimum position size, somewhere around there. And that's not the point. The point is, can I trust the process? Try to do what I say I'm going to do. I'm real smart. These suggestions, I could write out all these suggestions for you. I could tell you what's a good trading behavior, what's a bad trading behavior, but I can't do it. I got this sponsee. I've been using this sponsee as an accountability partner. He's not really a trader, but that's okay. I've been using him as an accountability partner, and that's kind of what I'm going to use this channel for, is an accountability partner. So I'm at like 18 minutes right now. I think I'm going to sign off, see how fast this uploads. I reduce the quality, see if I can get in there. I don't know if I'll be able to stick to 2 videos a day. I think the shorts are more popular. I think the shorts will throw out there, get lots of views. I may have to create some shorts just to get some exposure if I'm after exposure, but I'm really not. I don't want to monetize this. I don't want any ads. Screw that. AA is completely free. Everything works better when it's free and you leave the money out. I'm trying to trade. If I can be a better trader, what do I got to do? What do I got to chase all this monetization? I'm not going to be this trading guru. I'm not selling signals, no crap like that. I really don't care. My main focus is, I just find it very interesting how it's very similar, this reluctance and inability to follow these trading suggestions. It was exactly the same as the reluctance and inability to follow the suggestions of a 12-step program. And I think there's real potential in that if I can excel. I read a book. It said the most powerful man in the world is the guy who can control his emotions, and I believe that. So I'm going to meeting. I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to keep checking that 3 hour and 23 minute and wait for some kind of a momentum set up to get my damn cold cut deli meat ham, smoked ham, so I can make my ham and cheese sandwich for lunch tomorrow. Chips, Nutty Buddy bars. Make my lunch. I didn't take my lunch at all last week because I was too lazy to go to the grocery store. So anyhow, that's life. 12-step trader. Stay sober, stay trading.